So we're back with another swag of cars to take a look at, like this Aston Martin. We've got 8 132 scale digital cars to take a look at here at Carrera World. So enough talking, Trav. Let's get into it. So here are the 8 132 scale digital slot cars we're checking out here at Carrera World. I will try and put some of these around the track like this guy. I really do like that. So let's get stuck into it. Which we're going to choose first? Let's go with a banger with an Aston Martin. So let's kick it off with the only Evolution car that we're looking at today. It is a 132 scale Aston Martin Vantage GT3 for the Carrera Evolution system. So this car will not work on your digital system unless you put a digital Carrera chip in the bottom, which is quite easy to do. I have got a video on the channel. I will do an updated one in the future, but for the review purposes, this is an Evolution car in its current state. And let's talk about it. It is Aston Martin, it's a Vantage, it's GT3, and I think this brand, Aston Martin, is very underrated. Let's start from the front. Take a look at that massive intake. It's almost like a whale, big shark whale's mouth. It looks really, really cool. I do like the livery, the gold, white, and black. I think that's quite striking. The black is really hard to capture on camera, so I hope it does come through, but I am liking these rims too. We've got the black Carrera semi-deep. They sort of flex in with that nice little red line, so when these are spinning, you'll be able to see that go round and round and round. Onto the rear. This is where the fun stuff happens. Look at the size of that rear diffuser and that massive rear spoiler. Of course, being a GT3 car, we're talking aero for days. Onto the bonnet, very good looking bonnet. There is some scoops here, but you probably can't see them because they're blacked out, but of course having this gold sort of design will show off where the air scoops are sort of going. Onto the passenger side, yes, this is the passenger side if you are in Australia. It is identical to the driver's side, which we'll check out right now, and you can see we've got a full detailed up to his, I think that's just under the pecs, driver. I do like the helmet design on that one. Very good looking car. Again, this is Evolution. It's the only Evolution car I'm looking at today in the 132 scale. If you do want to make it digital, you simply have to put a digital chip in. But there it is, the Aston Martin Vantage GT3. It's time for you to go. So let's go NASCAR with the Camaro Next Gen ZL1, part of the Hendrick Motorsport. This is a new livery for Car 48 for the 2025 season. There is a similar one out like this. Let me quickly put it here so you can see. 2 different liveries for this one. We've got black on the roof. I think it's a different color, purple, pink, so I've been told. I am loving the NASCAR series. Let me know what you think in the comments. Onto the front, we've got the Chev badge. You can see that nice and tough in there. On the side, we've got a side exhaust poking out here and the arrow saying maybe that's where we jack our car up. I think it is. We've got the netting for the driver to keep him safe. And yes, he is in there holding onto the steering wheel with the white roll cage. Around to the back is probably my favorite part of this car. I do like that blacked out rear spoiler with the clear section above it. I think that looks really, really cool. And we've got the diffuser, which you can see poking out down the bottom. Onto the passenger side, we've got another side exhaust outlet, but no arrow, so maybe just jack it up on one side. And yes, we do have a white roll cage in there. So there you go, a new livery for the Hendrick Motorsports car number 48 for the 2025 series. If you do want to add this to your collection, well, it's coming soon.
And here is your chance to support the channel by hitting that subscribe button, thumbs up and bell icon. And also let me know in the comments which one's your favorite out of today's show, but let's get back to it.
So let's check out the KTM Crossbow GTX Razoon Modern Racing car number 714 Milwaukee livery. And do not get this confused with a KFC livery. It is very close, but it is definitely Milwaukee. Very cool car. Of course, I'm here in Austria, so the KTM brand is Austrian. This supercar slash race car is also Austrian. I think it looks good. I want to point out a couple of finer details. Here they got these little fins. They're not just decals in there, they're actual proper cutout fins, which directs air to the back wheel. Looks really cool. Onto the back, I like how they've sort of highlighted your rear diffuser here with the red. That looks really good. And almost a traditional style rear spoiler. We see some pretty big ones now. Onto the passenger side, pretty much identical. Now, if you are racing Carrera Digital at home, or even Evolution, but Carrera Digital at home, these cars are fast. They're quite small for a digital slot car from Carrera, so maybe take a look at these if you're not racing them. They are very fast. So there you have it, the KTM Crossbow GTX Razoon Modern Racing car number 714 Milwaukee livery. So one for the Ford Mustang fans. This is the Ford Mustang GTY New Crow 132 scale digital, and this guy is a big boy. And if we're talking aero, I think we've got all the aero on this car. I want to start around to the front. That light green matte bonnet looks good with the new Crow on it. We've also got this sort of warning sign checkered. Is that like the British police sign here on the front? Yellow around the Mustang itself. Onto the side, I'll tell you what, there is aero for days. Look at these little fins just underneath the quarter panel here. Onto this big block section. It's really blocky. Let me flip that up. Yeah, it is. It's very blocky. And then you've got the side exhaust. Huge rims on the rear. Love these rims. I think they look really good. And then around to this. It's just comical how much aero they've put on this car, down to some of the support struts that you can see here. I'm hoping the black comes out well, but that rear diffuser is probably the most craziest I've seen so far. Look at that. It actually makes the rear spoiler look quite basic, which I do like. It's sitting here on that rear flick, almost like a drag wing, and then they've got the spoiler on top. Onto the back, we've got, top I should say, the matte black. You've got the cutout for the driver's head if you want to pull him out of the car, and also some cover section here, which that I think really looks the goods as well. Onto the passenger side, again, identical, but I think the color combo on this in hand is really cool. Everything's kind of matte and shiny. The bonnet, I think, is the standout for me. That looks really good. What's your thoughts? Are you going to add this guy to your Ford Mustang or Carrera collection? I'm going to go out on a limb to say it's probably the most craziest car that we're going to look at today. And is it the favorite for the 132s for today? I think it is. So let's check out one for the Mercedes fans. It's the Mercedes AMG GT3 Evo Get Speed, car number 2, yellow and black. This one is going to stand out on your track for sure. Now, I do like the race taxi livery. Got the Fanatec up here on the windscreen if you're into sim racing. But I'm digging this. I forgot this was actually in the selection for today, so I might have to choose my new favorite livery, but this one is looking cool. Let me know what you think. These are really cool race cars as well. If you are racing a Carrera series at home or at a club track, give these ones a shot. Around to the back, I do like these highlights. Really cool. Shows off that rear diffuser section really well. Huge rear spoiler. That is a massive rear spoiler. Onto the passenger side, we can see a bit of a side exhaust out here just poking its nose out, and we've got some pretty wicked looking rims. We've got some yellow spoke in there, and on the front we've got a bit of red spoke happening as well. Cool little touch on that one. Onto the front, these look so aggressive, calm but fast, and then bang, straight back on to the front of this massive bonnet. And I do want to quickly show off the AMG rear spoiler. That looks really cool. So there you go, one for the Mercedes fans, the AMG fans. It's Mercedes AMG GT3 Evo Get Speed. That's a great livery. So let's check out our second KTM Crossbow. This one's a GT2, the last one was a GTX. It is the Motorsport Zentrum Reed, car number 812, in a very fluorescent livery. We've got black, fluorescent, greeny yellow. I hope it's coming through on camera. Really nice. I haven't really spotted any difference from the GTX and the GT2 when it comes to the shell itself, but I am liking this livery. Really does show off some of these finer lines down the side. And again, you can see those fins. This time we're highlighting them in that fluorescent greeny yellow, which I hope is coming out on the camera. Around to the back, you've got again that awesome looking diffuser with a tow hook, which I didn't notice that one last time, but I think because the color at the back is a bit different. And you got some highlights here as well down those fins. Onto the passenger side, again, same to the driver's side, but quite striking. On the top, it looks good. Good looking livery. What's your thoughts on this one? Quickly show off the Motul rear spoiler. You can see that nice and red across the back, and we've got a heap of shopping list of sponsors down the back here. And a quick look at the front before we finish it up, because you can actually see the tow hooks times 1 on this one, and it's also got an arrow, which must be a jack arrow telling you where to jack the car up. There you have it, the KTM Crossbow GT2 Motorsport Zentrum Reed. So let's check out a BMW M4 GT3 with a very bright metallic green livery. Let's move this out the way and take a closer look. And I hope it is coming out on camera. This is super shiny, it's super metallic, and it is super green, and boy, it does look good. Now, I've noticed a bit of a theme with these GT3 cars, the style of rim. This time we've got the red, and also on the front we've got the blue. I do like that. I think it looks cool. Lots of detail on this one. Look at the size of that front, left and right quarter panel. Look at the pump on that. And around to the back, you've also got a nice little air section too. Onto the front, the iconic beaver teeth. I'm actually liking these now. It took me a while to get used to that new grille. Onto the bonnet. Awesome. This is blacked out here, and you've still got the fluorescent, can I say it, or metallic green shining right down in there. But I do like that blackout section. It looks really cool, and I hope that is coming out. Some grills on top, and of course, when these are in your hands, you're going to find some more detail. I'm just giving you a brisk look at it. Around to the back, I do like this smaller diffuser compared to what we've seen today. That's a smaller style diffuser, but a huge, look at that, a huge rear wing, which they're now like a reverse upside down back to front style, but that is absolutely huge. I want to quickly show you this hashtag green machine. It is definitely green. And I just did notice there the air intake on the rear, and I hope that does come up on camera. Onto the passenger side, pretty much identical to the driver's side. Looks the goods. Back onto the front, a quick look at that, and onto the top where we've got our little aerials, don't break them. And there you have it, the BMW M4 GT3 hashtag green machine. What a livery. So last but not least, the Aston Martin Vantage AMR GT3 Evo in a very good looking livery. In my opinion, of course, you might not like this one. I have kept this car for last because I'm a huge Aston fan and I do like the look of this livery, but I want to start from the front. Some of the highlights on this next level, I like that big white gaping section that shows off the front, but in there is some more details. You can see the Volkenhorst Motorsport, and you've also got, looks like some tow hooks in there. Not only that, this livery is next level. We've got a bit of fade into blue and then it fades back into pink. Oh, they've put some detail into this one, and I do want to show off these quarter panels. Look at that little cutout section. I hope the camera can pick up how extreme that aero is on this car and how sharp those corners are. That looks really cool. And of course the mirrors. Look at that, they're just poking out there. Let's go around to the back. That's enough of the front. We've got a huge diffuser again, another stonking massive rear spoiler, but this livery is really showing off heaps of the aero. You've got some more cutout sections here. I like how it squares itself off. It sort of rounds and squares off. A very good looking car in my opinion. Around to the passenger side, pretty much identical from the top. And I think, is this livery for the reveals? I'm not too sure. It's very close to the Ford. But there you go. The Aston Martin Vantage AMR GT3 Evo. Nice. And here are the 8 cars that we took a closer look at today. I think they look the goods. Which one's your favorite? That livery is very close, but I'm going to have to go with the Ford. I think that one looks incredible, but let me know in the comments which one of these was your favorite. But I hope you enjoy it. There's 8 new cars coming from Carrera in the 132 scale, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
And if you enjoyed this video, YouTube thinks you might like these two. Check them out. See you in the next one.